What we got in the box? Stay tuned. Let's find out. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Saucy Shane. Welcome back to another whiskey review. What do we got inside this box? We've got a sample pack from Davidson Reserve from Pennington Distillery. We'll be a little careful opening this thing because these bottles will fly out of there. But check out the presentation on that. Pretty daggum awesome. The lid actually breaks down each one of these whiskeys, tells you the mash bill and everything about them. I'll get into that more in these reviews, but we got Davidson Reserve wheated whiskey. We got the Davidson Reserve 100% rye. We got the Davidson Reserve sour mash. And then we got the Davidson Reserve 4-grain. And that's exactly how we're going to break all these down. We're going to try the wheated, the rye, the sour mash, and then the 4-grain last. Check out that presentation. Nice little hay in there and everything. These is they're locally from Nashville, Tennessee. Great products. I tried these from a salesman in our store. We instantly had to have them in. They've also got a 6-year bottled in bond product, of course, coming in at 100 proof. Stay tuned for a full review of that. They also offer a Genesis bottle, and I'm going to get that bottle. That bottle's a little spendy. It's about $110, but I think it's a cool legacy, kind of like an infinity blend thing that they're doing. They release every year, limited release. So I'll get that bottle and I'll do a full review of that and break down that scenario. But for now, we're focusing on these 4 right here. We're going to pour it up, starting with the wheated bourbon next. All right, so we got the Davidson Reserve Tennessee wheated bourbon. This thing comes in at 101.7 proof. Little tiny bottles. I think they're very cool. 50 mLs. Perfect pour. We'll try all these. And then at the end of this, of course, we're going to blend them together. That's another thing I was going to mention. Check the links in the description box below for Davidson Reserve Pennington Distillery. They offer some really cool tour packages and even blend your own bottle experience. You know how I am about blending, so I'm definitely into that. So be expecting a tour of Davidson Reserve coming up soon. So I got the old box out here, and like I said, it breaks it down. It says our Tennessee straight bourbon whiskey is bottled from single barrels which provide each batch with its own distinct character. The nose reveals notes of sweet cream, orange blossom, vanilla, and toasted pecans, while the palate is spicy, sweet, and smooth, dare I say, and with the balanced linger of spice, pine, and cream finish. Very nice. The mash bill on this is 60% Tennessee white corn, 22% Tennessee red winter wheat, and 18% malted barley. Very nice. Very good color on this. I do remember when I tried them. That's a fat pour. 50 mLs. That just lets you know how much is in a 50 ml airplane bottle when you pour it into a Glencairn. That's about a 2.5 ounce shot. Swirl it around the glass. Make sure I don't have no spillage on the other side. Like I said, this comes in at 101.7 proof. That's kind of dialed in to there's specs on this one. Let's get this on the nose and see if I get any of those notes. You get a solid, not a wheat funk vibe, but you can definitely tell it's a wheated bourbon. You get it's kind of young, but it's not, you get the grain aspects of it. It's a young grain to glass distillery. It's not sourced. They produce their own stuff. Local farms here in Tennessee as well. I love that thing. I love that aspect about it. You do get some sweet caramel, kind of maybe an orange blossom. I'm not sure. I do get a lot of cream notes, almost like if you think about it, cream corn, but not in an off-putting way. I love these grain to glass craft distilleries. But let's put it on the palate, y'all. Cheers. First sip of the day. That's a good classic craft distillery wheated bourbon. The bottle and bond, the 6-year bottle and bond, kind of gives me an old elk kind of vibe from it. It's got a lot of green tea. This one's bringing a lot of green tea, citrus notes to me on it. Reminds me of a lot of the actual cream of Kentucky rye, bottled and bond rye is what a lot of these remind me of. Not bad. It definitely sits there and opens up. I think that one runs about $40, $45, depending on your area. If you can find these, I would definitely check them out. Definitely grab this box if you see it. For $20, $21, you can try them all, for the most part. Third sip, we'll rank this bad boy. It's got a pretty good finish for a young, under 102 proof bourbon. It's got a really nice lingering, like it says, spice and a cream finish on it. Not going to get the highest score from it, but it's definitely worth a check out. I'm going to rank that in a 7.2. 7.2 seems a little low, but you can't be giving out all these high scores of everything. I'm pretty sure some of these are going to rank up a little bit higher than this one. I like a good wheated bourbon, and it's a very delicious pour. Like I said, for the money, prices are going up every day. Unfortunately, for the money, this is not bad. And I like the proof point. But next, we're going to get into the 100% rye. All right, so next we got the 100% rye from Davidson Reserve. And best I can remember, I'm not going to pour all this in there. I feel like that's kind of a waste. I can save that for a rainy day. This one comes in at 100 proof, 100% rye. Break out my cheat sheet, this handy dandy box. I'm telling you, this thing is cool. It says, our Tennessee straight rye whiskey is made from 100% rye grain which imparts a spicier flavor to the whiskey. The rye is allowed to ferment past its full conservation, allowing a full fruity characteristic to come through to soften the boldness of the spice. So the mash bill on this, you got 90% Tennessee white cereal rye and 10% malted rye. It said 100% rye, comes in at 100 proof. And best I can remember, when I tried these four at the store from the salesman from Pennington, this was one of my favorites. And I'll get into my actual favorite of the four when I first tried them as we go on through. This ranked right on up there. It's hard to, when you're sitting in the store and you're trying to go through them and just a little bitty taster, it's not like you got a full freaking glass you're sipping on. You're doing a tasting, not an actual like drinking. But I think this one was one of my actual favorites. I love a good rye, and this one right here, man, is so sweet. It didn't give you the breakdown on that of any of the nose, the palate, any of that, which I kind of enjoy because it don't throw me off when I go into it. It's my fault for reading that. But this is very sweet rye. I'm not sure the age stating on it. I'd say it's probably 2, 3, maybe 4 years old. But it smells like probably a 6 to 7 year old rye. Very, very sweet candied oak on it. The rye spice is there, mintiness. Man, I'd rank that nose really, really high. But like I said, we don't just smell it around here. We drink it. Cheers, y'all. Ooh. An explosion of rye flavors. Not a whole lot of spice going on with it, which I kind of actually enjoy. I like that it's there, but we're not dealing with a barrel proof whiskey here. We're talking about just a regular 100 proof, 100% rye. Man, I love this one. I really, really do enjoy this one. It's on the back palate. A lot of mint. You get some caramel. You got a lot of oak influenced on it. Like I said, in my experience, ryes don't have to be really, really old or really high aged to get a lot of flavors out of them. They do work out if they are high aged, but for a lot of times you can get a lot of flavors off a 2, 3, 4 year old rye, which I think this is actually what this is. And I mean, it explodes from the front of the palate to the back of the palate with flavors. We're gonna get one more sip, but I'm gonna rank this bad boy. It's creamy too. Ooh. Third sip, got a little bit more of that rye spice going on. I really enjoy this. Rank this bad boy 8.3. That's a solid score. Let's get into that sour mash now. All right, so now we got the good old Tennessee classic straight sour mash. Pour that a little bit in the glass here. Let it breathe a little bit. This one comes in at 96 proof, so not as heavy as the other ones have been. The breakdown on this, it says our Tennessee straight sour mash whiskey is made with a small amount of malt, allowing more flavor from the corn and the rye to come through. It is distilled twice and filtered through virgin Tennessee sugar maple charcoal to provide extra smoothness and a perfect balance to the whiskey. Mash bill 70% Tennessee white corn, 25% Tennessee white cereal rye, and 5% malted barley. Very intrigued on this one. It's been, like I said, it's been 2 or 3 months since we tried these, and I remember that I loved every one of them. I knew they were popular. They got a lot of good reviews. They're local. Got to bring them in the shop. Man, this one right here, though. Ooh-wee. It has got some nose on it. This one reminds me of a good, like a Jack Daniel's single barrel. Not the barrel proof, but the single barrel. At 94 proof or whatever it is. I'm getting a lot of that sugar maple, charcoal, the banana notes. And I think, honest to God, that's what gives that the banana vibe. I'm not real sure. Something does. These grains that they're using, the cereal rye, the Tennessee white cereal rye, the red winter ryes. I love it. I love these grain to glass, from farm to bottle. Man, that's awesome. I love it. I know Sagamore Rye up in Baltimore is doing a lot of that stuff, and they have some amazing stuff. And I just think it's cool. They're actually using barrels made from oak from Maryland, from Baltimore. Freak. That's about as homey as you can get. Now, I hope some of these local distilleries around in Tennessee will do that stuff, because that's pretty epic. They may already start. I don't know. If you know, leave a comment in the comment section. But this nose is bringing out, you get a little bit of oak, you get some caramel, the bananas there. I hope it comes through on the palate. Cheers, y'all. Very slightly come through on the palate. You get more of the grain note. It is a little bit lighter, like I said, it is coming in at 96 proof. But not bad. It's got all of these so far has had a lot of good finishes for what they are. I'd love to see a cask strength version of one of these. Any one of them would be fantastic. This, and the more it sits there in the glass, and when I talk on the finish, it kind of brings out more of a youthful note, grainy note. It does not match the nose. The palate does not match the nose, unfortunately. But it's still very good. I think this is the most affordable one of the bunch. I think this is right around $35, $38, less than $40, plus tax. Can't really beat that. The score I'm going to give this one right now is an even 7. It's not my favorite, but it's not the worst I've ever had either. Very, very solid pour. Just in the lineup, this is where it's going to fall. So next, we're going to get into that 4 grain. Try it. All right, so now we got the Davidson Reserve 4 grain Tennessee whiskey. We're going to pour it in a glass. This one comes in at 100 proof. The best I can remember, some of my coworkers thought this was the most funky one of the batch. I actually enjoyed it. Who knows? Get down to the breakdown here. We got our 4 grain Tennessee straight whiskey is made from a blend of our 3 Davidson Reserve mash bills: bourbon whiskey, rye whiskey, and Tennessee whiskey. Every batch consists of a unique breakdown of each whiskey, creating a new distinct taste profile with each release. Mash bill, and don't give any percentages on this. Kind of crazy. We got Tennessee white corn, Tennessee white cereal rye, Tennessee red winter wheat, and malted barley. Get rid of that box there. Give it a little swirly swirl. Like I said, best I can remember, this was my favorite one of the 4 that I tried. We didn't get to try, maybe we did get to try the bottle and bond, but we didn't get to try the Genesis. So I can't wait to slap out the Benjamins on that bottle and try it, give it a full review. I may do the bottle and bond together with it, I'm not sure. I'm thinking about doing a side-by-side bourbon blind with the 6-year bottle and bond and maybe an Old Elk product or something else. I don't know. There's a couple different weird whiskeys that kind of match that flavor profile. I'm going to try to get into doing some more blind reviews as I mix up this year, 2023. I also got a bunch of samples sent to me that I'm thinking about doing some short reviews on and maybe releasing once a week. I don't know. So stay tuned for that. If you like these kind of videos, smash that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell for notification. That way you don't miss a single upload when I do them, because you don't know what I might do. May do a whiskey review, may do some more hot sauce reviews. I don't know. I've found some pretty cool hot sauces here lately that I'm thinking about purchasing and doing some reviews, going back old school, but they're barrel aged, so it'll be keeping it in the whiskey fam. If you like that kind of stuff, let me know. Let's get this on the nose. To me, this one actually smells sweeter on the nose than any other ones. It still got that kind of young backbone to it, that grain to glass backbone. But I love these new companies starting up. One day they're going to have an 8, 9, 10-year-old product out there, cash strings, and it's going to blow everybody's mind. The nose on this, I'm getting some cinnamon. I'm getting some powdered, like, confectionery sugar. You're getting a little bit of the rye spice on the nose too, a little bit of that mintiness, zest, if you will. Enough of that nose. Let's taste this bad boy. This is a classic grain to glass product. If you want a good grain to glass product from a local distillery doing good things, this is what you're going to want. Is this 4 grain, and I think it's still around $40, $45 a bottle. I think I paid like $60 for the 6-year bottle and bond, which that's about the going rate for anything that's age stated. You're giving about 10 years, $10 per year on it, usually, roughly. This one on the back end, you're getting a lot of bacon spice, rye spice, that confectionery sugar comes through on the palate. Not getting a whole lot of oak on it, which, like I said, it is a younger product. It's an easy drinker. I will not say it's smooth. It's an easy drinker, even though you're letting it talk to your tonsils back here. It's very good. I will give this a ranking of, it's a 7.8. It's a 7.8, which tells me the rye is my favorite one. But next, we're going to take them and we're going to blend them all together and see what we got. All right, so we got them all lined up out here. I wish I wasn't such a knucklehead and poured all of this wheated bourbon in the glass, but I was kind of doing that to show y'all exactly how much in perspectrum is how much is in a 50 milliliter bottle. We surprise ourselves all the time by pouring them. We'll get a little 50 milliliter bottle and try one between the whole shot. You can get a lot of pours out of one. You'd be surprised more than a shot. That's exactly, from what I tasted. That's still what's left in that daggum in that Glencairn from a 50 ml bottle. It's pretty daggum impressive. But what we're going to do now, we're going to take them and blend them. I'm going to take this 4 grain glass here, and we're going to use it as the blend. This is the rye. pour all that in there. Mind you, I'm not going to pour all of that weeded one in there. It's the sour mash. What's left of that, pour it in there. The weeded bourbon, we'll pour a little bit in here. And I'll drink the rest of that as I edit this video. And we'll let this set around, blend, get these out of here. I appreciate y'all watching. This year is going to be packed. We got a lot of awesome video plans coming up. Try to get some internet out there and Spirit Hollow out here at Whiskey Cave and get a little live stream action going on. I'm ready to join some live streams, hang out with some folks. I'm not really, no, I want to do some live streams, but I'm ready to hang out with some folks. I'm ready to get these whiskey reviews in. I want to get a setup going where I can do some live streams, like I said. Maybe next year, maybe I can get on Matt Madness and do a little Matt Madness. This is the ultimate grain to glass blend right here. Like I said, check those links in the description box below for Pennington Distillery, Davidson Reserve. They got awesome tour plans, awesome whiskeys. They make vodkas if you're into that kind of thing. They make hard seltzers, all kind of different stuff from the Nashville area. The tours is what I'm interested in. Be booking a tour for too long. They got a blend your own bottle experience. I can't wait. Saucy's blend from Pennington, from Davidson Reserve. Sounds pretty good. Let's get this on the palate, guys. I want to thank y'all for watching. I couldn't do this without y'all. The comments, the thumbs up, the views keeps me going. Whether they're good or bad, it keeps me going. Fuel in the tank. I'm back, baby. Saucy's back with a whole nother objective. We're rocking it. Let's get this on the palate. Oh, she's viscous, as Todd would say. Ooh, that's good. Ooh, a blend of all those together gets a score of 8.5. That's fantastic. It's like the caramel candy corn, if you ever had that around Halloween time. That's what that tastes, with a little rye minty spice on the back end. That's very good. Guys, I'll leave y'all to it. Don't forget to smash that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you hadn't already, and ring that bell for notification. Don't miss a single upload when I have them. Stay safe out there, and until next time, stay saucy, but don't get too saucy. Drink responsibly and share with friends. Cheers. Love y'all.